What's up, y'all? It's T-Turn. Today we're looking at more Paradox Pokemon you didn't know you wanted in the DLC. This is for the Indigo Disc, and we're starting off with the Legendary. You might be able to recognize the silhouette here, and remember, while we have remnants of the teal mask code, we might as well have our fun. We don't actually know what's in the Indigo Disc. As you can see, it's got a lot of triangles all over it, which is why it probably has the name Iron Delta, and it is a future Latias and Latios. This design is amazing. So it's essentially Mega Latias, but it retains its original colors. You could totally imagine this thing with 590 BST. Its typing would probably be something like Flying Psychic. That's how they do the paradoxes. It'd be so cool to get another Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant equivalent in the Indigo Disc, but I guess we kind of do have them in the Paradox Legends. I wonder what the backstory to this would be. Something really weird you can see in this is, if you take away all the blue bits, it's actually just a normal Latias. It's almost like an illusion. And the same if you take away the red bits. So I guess the future people put Latias and Latios together and coincidentally made it look like it's Megas. Let's move on to future Pokemon with jobs. Here is Iron Sting, a poison dark type. And in the same fashion as Roaring Moon, it resembles a Mega Beedrill, but futuristic. I mean, if you took away all the light, this is all it is. But it says that this Pokemon is a drone machine designed to hunt down rogue Pokemon of the future. Are you kidding me? A Mewtwo escapes from the lab and this thing just runs off and lethally stings it? How did they even make these Pokemon? They must be made in labs, right? What if you were a Pokemon and you were escaping the lab and this thing was chasing you and you finally ran off into some cave and lost it? Then you feel a poke on your shoulder and this thing is behind you. The future's a horrible place. This one's called Iron Arms. It's a normal steel type, and surely you can recognize the silhouette. It's described as a grabbing machine from the future for high and far locations. And it is a future Ambipom, but they've given this man 3 extra arms. There's no shot humans are alive in a future like this. It must be run by Pokemon. Even if you made a human a cyborg, we're so worthless. Like an Alakazam could do our job. Monkey Dory can do our job. Isn't that man an intellectual genius? Oh, F this, bro. It's actually also inspired by Dr. Octopus, so you just imagine this thing's walking around on its backhands. Freaking just let the Beedrill lethal inject me, dog. I don't even want to look at these feature ones anymore. They freak me out. Okay, I wanted to show you something cool. Here's a Paradox Pokemon called Fierce Wing, and I want you to look at the silhouette carefully. If there's one thing when it comes to Pokemon fans, they pay a lot of attention to the starters, and a lot of the times the starter is a hit or a miss. One of the big examples is like Sprigatito, where everyone wanted it to stay on 4 legs, but it stood up. And now there's no going back and making it go on all 4s. But there are some opportunities, like for example, this silhouette is actually a Paradox Blaziken from the past, where here's the Blaziken head, here's its hind legs, and here are those claws that its sky uppercuts you with. But it's actually on all 4s and has fire shooting out from behind. Using Paradox Pokemon, you can reimagine starters in the path they didn't get to choose. Damn, it's listed as a fighting flying type. Wait, where's the fire? I mean, I don't see no fire here. That is a badass type, but only freaking Hawlucha gets it. Fierce Wing is a self-destructive creature. Its fighting spirit leads it to sacrifice its own life in order to win. And apparently they have a ritual where they drop from a very high cliff, and only those whose wings are strong enough will be a part of the herd. Those who aren't simply die. It's like I would never make it in this herd. I'm staying on the cliff. Goodness, when you put them side by side, they look completely different. Ooh. Fierce Wing's fighting spirit is so strong that it burns its soul by unfurling like a kind of wild flame from its wings. The bigger the flame, the greater its determination to fight. So the flames are written off as its like burning willpower. That's why it's not a fire type. But you can also flip the script and say that by honing this byproduct of fire, it can evolve into modern Blaziken where it becomes a fire type. And I guess loses flight. Then there's this Pokemon. By the silhouette, you can recognize it's a serpent, but let me unblur this part here. It's just an apple with a bit of poison on it. Its name is Forbidden Fruit. Since that's a bit long, maybe we'll go with Luring Fruit. So it's listed as a grass poison type, and I think the coolest way to unveil this is by going backwards. So it is a superior from the past, but its entire way of hunting is different. It is the classic serpent from the Adam and Eve story where it uses the forbidden fruit to catch its prey. It's like, that makes you the devil. Wait a second, are you standing up? Oh my god. I thought, are you standing up? You look a lot different now than you did like a minute ago. Okay, I thought it was slithering around like a snake. But he's like Willy Wonka-ing. He's about to break into song and dance. This is a really cool take for it, especially when it learns all these dragon moves, so you'd expect just some kind of ancient dragon form. This has a cool myth to back it up, and you can almost see how as the times get more peaceful, it turns into this corn-looking dude. I like him too. So he's ready against a signature move called Berry Punch. Consumes the equipped berry, increasing attack, special attack, and speed. Oh, it's a status move. But why would it eat its own forbidden fruit? Luring fruit is extremely intelligent and Machiavellian, enjoying watching its prey suffer, killing them slowly and painfully. It lures prey seductively and gently, exuding a sweet scent from its leaves, then attacks the unaware. Goodness, it has hands too. That's why I get Willy Wonka vibes. He's like the host of a party. He welcomes you in, takes your coat, kills you. Try some of the apple punch, he says. Oh, you got one more. This will be a hit or miss for you. So this is the silhouette here. Kinda got the handle like Mega Mewtwo Y, but that's not what it looks like. So its name is Blazing Roar, and if you unblur its claws, I think that makes it harder to guess. And if you unblur the top, that makes it harder to guess too. But it is a Paradox Incineroar from the past. It's listed as a dark fighting type, and it's got that same wicked fire like Galarian Moltres. So this is another example. You can give that alternate future that Pokemon fans want in some starters. What's cool is we got evolutions in Hisui that give an alternate path, though it was kind of just a slight mod. But either through Paradox Pokemon or the next Legends game, they can evolve Pokemon to reach the other path. But yeah, back to this. The aura necklace around its neck determines the power it possesses. When it shines bigger and brighter than the rest, it can be the pack leader. Its front fangs and claws burn with the intensity of its aura, capable of crushing rocks with ease. Its front legs are very powerful and large. Usually pack leaders use them to intimidate their opponents by standing up, showing off their musculature. Okay, so this is how you gotta love how they can tell a story with these. So its front hands are strong and they like to stand up. Eventually they would evolve for that flame to go around its waist instead and become modern Incineroar. Blazing Roar was a creature of conflict. It enjoyed fighting all kinds of opponents. The bigger and more challenging the foe, the more it enjoyed the fight. Because of this, most of its kind faced the threat of extinction. Over time, Blazing Roar that opposed fighting appeared, for which they were exiled from the packs. The loneliness, the cold, and the dangers of the horrid jungles 10,000 years ago led to it developing internal heat to protect itself from threats. I'ma call it quits here. Make sure y'all shank that like button and let me know some ideas you think for what Paradox Pokemon could exist. I'll make another one of these soon, so stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.